What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. The Jock and Cheerleader dynamic. Yeah, this body game, y'all. Body game nation. I ain't did a car video in a while because I was walking to my other gym, but this is the gym I like going to if I really want to throw up some weights. That's really not unusual, man. It's really not unusual for anybody. I know a couple people that have a couple gyms. One gym they might do mostly cardio at, maintain, but then when they really want to throw up something, got another gym. Oh, and real quick, man, this don't have nothing to do with relationships, just some life and some scams. Like I was coming out the gym, got a notification on CashApp saying some charge on my cash on my card had been declined on CashApp, except for one thing. I don't have a card on there. And I let them know I'm supposed to hear back from them. I don't have a cash card on CashApp. Don't need one. There's a lot of scams out here, man. A lot of stuff. That's why I check my virtual traps. That's like my bank accounts and my numerous websites and pages. I ain't telling y'all my bank accounts, but I got more than one bank, so I got to check that. Credit cards, everything. I check that shit minimum once a day, maybe twice a day. Shoot, my bank accounts several times a day. Because actually with my bank account, there was one of my banks, it got hit. And I had to cancel the card for it. And apparently a lot of banks got hit. A lot of banks got hit, like one of my banks. Yeah, brother got more than one bank. Oh, man. Yeah. Anyway, just be careful out this joint, man. Seriously, just keep checking on it. Because whoever the scammers were, they hit it for like, I think they tested it for like it was like $1, $1.23. And I was just like, hold up, how the fuck? Like I said, I let CashApp know. I'll never, if they hit me up, well, you want a new card? I don't have a card, motherfucker. Don't send me one. You know? But you gotta be careful out this joint, man. For real. For real. Hold on for a second. Sorry about that. Brother had to spit. Anyway. Jocks and cheerleaders dynamic. You know what? And yeah, that's body game. In fact, it's deeper, which it still kills me that dudes go against body game so much, but jocks and cheerleaders, I mean, yeah, they playing sports and everything. You know, you got the guys playing some ball, the girls cheering for them, but just the dynamic. Because, you know, yesterday, I was just checking out, like, I judge my sports are football and basketball. Ironically, I played soccer in high school, but it's rare I'll sit through a soccer game. Well, World Cup game, but other than that. So, you know, I was checking out some college basketball. I can't stand pros. I really don't. I don't get into pros, though. Because pros, they just too chill. But college basketball, every shot matters. And, you know, and plus, you know, when I went to St. Joe's and then American, I was rolling with the basketball players, real cool with them, you know, partying with them, get my hair cut by them, and everything. So that was my crew. So, you know, I'm a big fan of college basketball. And it's just more exciting, though, because you go to a pro game, people just kind of chill. But went to some pro games, you just chill. Shit. College basketball player get one dunk or something, he gonna get his cut tonight. You know? Every little thing matters. But yeah, I was checking it out, but then I was like, damn, some of these schools got some fine ass cheerleaders. And when I was at St. Joe's and American, I was good with the cheerleaders and stuff, especially at American. I had some buddies, cheerleaders, and also on the dance team. In fact, it was a young lady on the dance team got me having a conversation with y'all. She was really the first She was the first woman that truly supported me as a writer. Like, totally had my back as a writer. Totally. I got nothing but love for her. Nothing but love. Because she was the first one who really believed in me. But anyway, though, right? So, but I was checking it out, and I was like, damn, got these fine-ass women. And, cheerleaders. That whole thing with the jocks and, getting the cheerleaders, that ain't some recent thing or something. I mean, because that whole nerds versus jocks thing, I mean, at minimum going back to the 1950s. For all those people think shit is new now. Now they be calling Chad and Tyrone, instead of saying jocks and nerds, they say incels and Chad and Tyrone and shit. Which is another thing. You know what's it's funny? A lot of dudes be thinking, oh, it's just a face, you gotta look like Chad. But if you look at the Chads and Tyrones, all of them look like they played ball. None of them look scrawny, or they don't look scrawny. They don't look out of shape. Every single one of them, if you're going to say something about them, got an athletic body. Even a lot of models or even exotic dancers tended to be jocks. Like those models, shoot, most of them probably play some ball or something. In fact, I've read stories about models being discovered just playing ball somewhere, because they got those bodies and everything. And that was one thing too, because I'll tell you what, I'd say 90% of the players, guys just getting some women, not just women, but badass women, were jocks. Like serious jocks. And if they weren't, they at least had to build their body up. They at least had some muscles or something. And, jocks, depending on the sport, they ain't going to be, like, always cut or like that. But they're going to be in good shape. They're going to be in good shape. Shoot, they're running all the damn time. Shoot, they running all the damn time. Which, really, I'm going to be real. If you're trying to lose some weight, or people be talking about cardio, actually walking, just doing just basic walking or at a minimum, it's probably one of the best things, really. Just moving. Because that's what the jocks, and then jocks are really, if they, depending on the sport, they got to do certain moves, interval training, stuff like that, push-ups, everything. And, that's very key. But the thing was, they're getting the women. And anybody who's been a jock, any place, especially varsity, because I would say anybody who's at least played varsity high school sports, most, not all, but I would say most, and depending on the sport too, shit, they were getting some women. They were getting some women. Seriously, just getting some. Shit, I've seen that back in high school. I was seeing that back in high school. Went to an all-male school too, but let's just say all the sports teams had some groupies. All the sports teams had some group. Well, the main two had some groupies: the basketball players and the football players. Seriously, shit. Because even by school, it was all-male school, but we had a whole crew of women, little young girls, young women, who would come up from their school, and they would march with the marching band and stuff, including back in the day, this woman who would eventually become one of Mike Tyson's wives. So I'm like, hey, and I knew who they were getting with. Ball players, jocks. And a big thing is, because I know a lot of guys will think, well, it's their status and everything, but I knew there was some players be on the end of the bench getting some, seriously. I knew this one dude, man, he was damn near walk-on at America. I ain't gonna call his name, he a real cool dude, but that dude would be tapping some women and then giving them to other guys. I was like, shit. And he was on the end of the bench. I was like, oh, snap. And this other dude, man, that dude would be boning, that dude boned 3 different women, all knew each other. 2 were roommates. Then one was a best friend of a roommate. If you ever see this, man, I ain't call your name, but you would. You look up dog in the dictionary. You have a picture of that dude smiling and shit. I'll just say he played ball at AU. I know some people gonna be looking like shit. He might see this and say, man, hey Ron. He ain't gonna get mad at me. He be the type be like, hey Ron, hey, why don't we do a show together? Oh man. I remember that dude pointed to this one young he said, hey Ron. I was in the gym working out. He came in with her. I was like, oh, that's a new one. He's like, yeah, he came over to me. He said, hey Ron. He had that southern accent. My man was like, hey Ron, you see that girl over there? I was like, yeah, she fine. She been here 20 days. I busted out in her 22 times. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, she was built to be a groupie. She was built for it. I knew a few women. I knew a couple women and shit who dealt with some jocks and stuff, and they were baddies, you know? But, you know, if you think about it on a peer level, you got the women with the best bodies. Because let's be real, who do we call the baddies? I mean, they got a cute face, but they got that body. They got that pow and shit, right? You know? And really, just naturally pretty faces are rare anyway. But if they got that body, shoot. All they need is that body in order to fix up, because women be putting so much makeup, those fake eyelashes, getting their hair fixed, shit, contouring their damn noses and stuff. You don't really know what face you got. This is a woman I was following, I still follow, on IG. She showed a picture of herself, a quick picture. It's like one of those reels, just a quick flick of her without makeup on. I was like, damn, you look totally different. But the body stays the same, because that'd be the key. Because if you look at the cheerleaders, because, you know, the cheerleaders, shit, this usually the divas of any high school, going back to high school, the divas and stuff, the baddies, usually on the cheerleading team. You get some exceptions, of course, but usually it's like the same. The cheerleaders be running stuff. Why they do that? Shoot, they the women on the top of the sexual pyramid. Those are the true alpha ones. Like, let me just say that, because you get some women say, I'm an alpha female. But the way a lot of women say it, though, they are really just acting like men and thinking men gonna find that attractive. In our eyes, an alpha female, the diva, the top of the pyramid, is the baddie. One with the really, ideally, a naturally pretty face, ideally, but definitely a nice body and stuff. That'd be the cheerleaders. In fact, I remember I was working out, not one of the gyms I'm at now, but it was actually at a Planet Fitness. I remember years ago, because we had a bunch of cheerleaders in there. You go in there, work out 2 hours, you go in there, they're already there. They already broke a sweat. And then I be in there for about 2 hours, like a legitimate 2 hours. I'm leaving, they still in there. And they be going hard on the treadmill. They don't be like just walking the treadmill, they be sprinting. Shit, one almost tried to cut me for cutting in a line at the Smith machine. She wanted to do those squats. I was like, damn. But they got those killer ass bodies. But then who do they get with? The dude with the body. You know, I say at a minimum, if you want that baddie, shoot, you need to have that body. Now I know some people will say, well, I seen a baddie, she was with that guy. Yeah, he wasn't built like that and everything. I mean, culturated prostitution. She loved him for his inner beauty and his money in his pocket. Because even when the dude ain't like just totally like cut or anything like that, at the minimum I've seen that be legitimate, the dude look like he might be like powerlifter or something. Get that kind of linebacker build, still look like he can play some ball or something, you know, at the minimum. You know, shout out Cousin Tito, that roughneck build and shit. But usually even then, you know, that's usually when they get older. But when they younger though, because you got those women with those tight bodies, and trust me, please. Jocks be hooking up with the cheerleader, be hanging out with them. In fact, Cousin T-Talk, I talked about that before. He did something because he's a 3-sport athlete. How they be hanging out with each other and stuff. I'll put a link to that in the description box. I've talked about that several times. But think about what it illustrates. Body game. Because you get some guys up here, you get too many guys, they try to say, oh, don't matter. Well, yeah, it might not matter if you just getting some random woman. But let's just be real, man. Let's just be real. And even though I've said several times, yeah, get that woman in your lane, yeah, give that plain Jane a chance. In fact, that was a big issue. I remember that. But, stay in your lane, get that woman who feels you. Hold up. Damn, I didn't even realize this shit. I must have hit a bump or something. I'm riding along. Why don't y'all tell me, man, this thing was tipped over? Anyway, right? Yeah, I can say that too. I'm blue in the face. Seriously, let's just be real. I can say that. I can say give him a chance. But we know, all of us know. As a man, shoot, you see that woman, she got that pretty face at a minimum, and then she got that nice taut body, that nice tight body. Shoot. In fact, I saw some stuff, women, you get some women, they complaining about some older guys getting that young girl. Like, why would you want that young girl? What they gonna do for you? Oh, you just paying. You got tight bodies. Shit. Damn. I mean, it ain't that deep. Hell, for man, even if they gotta pay, shoot, because sugar babies be having those tight bodies. What do you think the man paying for? He ain't paying for no loose body. Shoot, I saw some clips because, well, this is another issue I had to get serious with. I'm gonna throw it out there. All these guys out here be having these Kevin Samuels clips, right? Wait a minute, hold on. Anyway, these guys out here be having these Kevin Samuels clips. Man, I gotta straighten this out when I'm driving. Oh, wait a minute. These guys be having these Kevin Samuels clips, which Kevin's estate needs to really go after, but that's another conversation. But he be talking to these women, be having all this baggage and stuff and think they go and get that 6-figure man and shit, right? I'm like, that dude got that money. He want a baddie. He want a tight body woman. Shit. If he got to come out of his pocket, shit, he going to come out of his pocket for the best. Shit. Shit. If you got 3 kids or something, your ass better, shit. Only way he going to think about if you got a tight body. I've actually seen that too. I've actually seen some dudes get with women who had multiple children and be good with it. But the women always had tight ass bodies. Seriously, they always had tight bodies. I know this dude who got with an older woman, man. She in her 50s now. She was in her I think late 40s, 50s when they got together. But you look at her, man, she got the body of a 20-year-old. So it's like, you go crazy over it. Women go crazy over the same thing. And they've been doing that. Now, if you can't get that tight, okay, get your best body. I mean, let's just be real, get your best body. But then it would take a lot to get that one with the tight body. Because, like I said, even when you see those women, those cheerleader types or fitness type of women, they'll deal with the guy got a little bit of weight on, but he better be one of those powerlifter motherfuckers. Seriously. He better be one of those strong men. Oh, shit, I'll fix this thing another time. It'd just be a little crooked, yo. But anyway, right? Shit, they be getting those powerlifter dudes and stuff. That dude he better look like he can body slam something. And I'm serious on that. If you don't have like that just tight body and everything, if you more of a big dude, you better be one of those violent type of big dudes. I would say kind of boxer or something, or linebacker and shit. If you want one of those tight body women and shit, we'll see. Damn. Man, OCD kicking in. This ain't perfect. Anyway, but if you really want that, if you really want that, but it's just that dynamic. It's just that basic dynamic. I don't know why a lot of guys can't get that shit. Like I was saying earlier, even with that Chad and Tyrone thing. Chad and Tyrone don't look like they skipping days in the gym. Shit, most of them be in the gym more than the average person. Yeah, and let's just be real with jocks. Most of them don't got those model looks. Let's just be real. Most of them do not have those model looks. They still getting it. And like I said, you get some guys, well, it's their status and everything. Bullshit. Like I said, I know some straight up players. One day they were on the team, but they weren't getting pussy because they were on the team. They were getting pussy. Women like their bodies. Shit. It's just that damn simple. But you can see it. And it's actually a deeper element there, but I had to break into the deep thought mode and stuff. And for those who follow the belief system about humans having chakras, I'll just say root chakra. You know? Now, if you ain't into that system, that's cool. But just a bottom line, and let's just be real. Let's just ask yourself one thing. It should be some common sense. If as a man... No, seriously, it should just be basic common sense. If as a man, you want that tight body woman. Like I said, if guys got money, who they go for? If you got a chance, I don't care who you are. If you get a chance, really deep down, you want that tight body woman. You want those nice breasts, perky breasts. You don't want them sagging or something, standing up. You want that flat stomach, snatched waist, that nice butt. Regardless of, like, some dudes got to have the big old butt dunk. Some want that nice little taunt thing. Okay, you know. A lot of dudes will prefer they don't have too much cellulite. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But what you giving a woman, you think she worked hard to get that tight body? You think she want a man who ain't even working on his shit? Like I said, they'll let something go depending. But you gotta look like you can do something. Shit. Just like you turned on by their body, they turned on by yours. And a lot of guys just gotta get that, and you just see a dynamic there with the jocks. That's why it was always the jocks getting the women. And like I said, even those guys who want to say Chad looking ball. Chad is a jock. This is that simple. They be in the gym, you know. Even these like models, people say these models, shoot, they be working out harder, and they gotta not only work out, they gotta be disciplined with how they eat. Shit, they born that way. They got work. Shit. That's why most of them got a shelf life. Because it's hard to keep that shit up. I'm just saying, because I'll tell you straight up, I'm a jock. I'm older. Can't run like I used to. But shit, when I could really roll and shit, put me on the court. Like I said, I balled with D1 basketball players. That ain't even my best sport. And shit, can run with anybody. Shit, high school 4-4. So high school 4-4 wasn't even at my peak. So I understand that, and that's always been my biggest draw anyway to women. That's the one thing they would say. Like some women would, women were so like. Just about my face. They were so-so. Some would say, yeah, you handsome. The rest be like, yeah. Some be like, But they always say body. Had that jock body. Oh, snap. That dude was about to get in the wrong car. Hold up, dude. Okay, that dude's a bam because he getting into an Infiniti. He trying to get into a Nissan Sentra at first. They close in color, but not quite. That dude ain't thinking about some shit. Plus, how the fuck you gonna mistake a Nissan Sentra for an Infiniti, period? Damn, you's a bama. I can see if they were the exact same color or similar cars. Damn. Anyway, but but that was always my shit, really. That was always my shit. Ain't the same. Gotta work a bit harder now, because, I'm just older. Shit, you get even pro ball players It's hard for them. I'm gonna be 58 next month. It's hard for like most of them to maintain the same body build as they get older. Ain't impossible, but it's extremely hard because you ain't running as much. But yeah, but that thing is powerful. That's why I emphasize body game so much. I'm gonna keep emphasizing it. You know, I'm gonna keep emphasizing it. Now I know some guys out there try to believe otherwise, but you don't think for a second a woman ain't checking Chad and Tyrone's body build. Don't think for a second. Hell, a lot of them is shit. If you actually talk to, have an actual conversation, you say, hey, where'd you play ball? And most of them going to say something. Most of them. You might get an exception, but most of them say, oh yeah, I played ball in high school. Played ball in college. D1. Even if they say D3, that's still a jock. So, anyway though. That's all I got for now, yo. Want y'all to think about it. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all. Peace.